What? Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be here, glad to have you here. And man, oh man, today, just like Rodney says, good morning, Glenn, kind of a sucky day in the market. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear before we get started. So, let me ask this question before we get started. Looking at everything that's going on in the market, three red lights in the color guard. Everything is in the red. Everything is down in excess of 1%. Let me ask this question. How many of you were unaware that we were close to this? Type of one. How many of you knew that we were close to this? Type of two. How many of you were unaware of this? Type of one. How many knew that we were close to this? Type of two. All right, so we'll get this started off on the right foot because this is what it's all about. This is what we do. All right, this is definitely what we do. We want to make sure that you guys are well informed on what was going on. And for anyone who's typing a two, all right, there's a couple. And for anyone who is typing a two, the best thing that we want to do in every one of our live streams, this is why we start off with this screen right here. This gives a sense of the feel of the market. And using the red, the yellow, and the green, prior to today, we had more yellow than anything. We did have one day of solid green, all right? But if I scroll down and I look, we had a lot of yellow, which if nothing else, folks, all that yellow means be cautious, be careful, be wary, be on the lookout, number one. Number two, we had our MTI indicator, which you see right here. When it gets to a level of about 1.5 to 1.6, we let you know that the market is getting toppy. And it went down, it was as high as 1.66 at the beginning of the month. And look at where we are now. It's back down 1.18, and that's fine. That's normal range. But put those two things together. Anybody who's typing a one, the whole idea is we do the best that we can to keep you well informed on what's going on in the market. All right, got a couple of hundred people in here right now. Let's see if we can get 300 people in the room. Let's see if you guys can share this live stream out on your local circles, and let's get 300 people in the room. Why is that important? Because of what we do. It's not about us ever trying to tout a stock, push a stock, pull down the stock. Folks, I am the one that likes to say we do the work, you reap the rewards, but we want to make sure that you understand what's going on in the market, and we strive very hard to be able to do that. Joey put a link up there. What link is that? Oh, share the link there. Okay, share that link. That is the link to the live stream right here. Everybody copy and paste that link somewhere in your local circles. Let's get more people in the room. RT moves when it moves. SGML went from 0.94 to 133 on the open. Well, that's a lithium stock, right? So we're going to take a look, Maria, in a moment at what industries are on the move, even though the market is moving down. All right, so with all of that being said, this is where we are. What's adding to the down day today? Walmart missed on earnings or guided lower. Home Depot did as well. And then we've got Home's information coming out this week as well, which could push the market down a little further if they miss. Then we got the Fed. I'm keep showing. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out. Even the Fed is still staying more hawkish right now. All of this is important. You know what else? For those of you who are brand new to the channel, look at one of our indicators. Look at the call column. The confirmed call is down now. For anybody who says, well, you always tell us these things after the fact. We've got a confirmed down call today. That is the slowest, most conservative market timing call we have. It is down as of today. So keeping all of that in mind, you guys are in the know. You guys are definitely in the know. Harry said all stops took me out. Way to go. And I'm with you. Who says that? Kurt says good job, Harry. Absolutely. Shipping is still moving, Richard. You're absolutely right. Lithium stock is down. Tesla did not buy my stock. I didn't know there was a thing for Tesla to go buy a stock. The SPY put portfolio protection works is taught by Jim. Jim is right on point. Jim and I, he was on here a couple of times last week, and he specifically talked about from an options perspective, this is a time to be protective. And man, is it coming right into fruition. So it's not just here on our YouTube channel. The personnel that we have here in the different departments are all singing from the same sheet of music to keep you guys on the right side of the market. All right. Let's do this. Let's get into, I'm still in the system. Let's go to the web. Oh, sorry. Let's go to the program. This is the market. All right. This is the market. This is the market today, intraday. We gapped down this morning and we're just going down, 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 down. The MTI is not at a level of being overbought. Today we're still in, now I'm looking to see when the market gets to be oversold. I will still use that MTI level to let us know when the market is oversold. When the MTI gets to a value of about 0.60, the market is starting to look for a bottom. Tesla is rumored to buy Sigma. Is that what it was? Tesla was rumored to buy SGML. All right, well, I'm going to still take a look at SGML, but they didn't buy it. Crypto is doing good. Randy, be careful with crypto. I've posted on Twitter as well. Banks are pulling away from crypto. FTX put a big dent in crypto credibility. All right, so Randy, it may be moving. All I'm letting you know is if you're going to play it, make that money, get out quick. It is still a speculative play. Once it looked like it was starting to garner some footing to move higher, and then FTX comes in and it put a big damper in the whole crypto space. I think the people who are on the fence to move over to crypto are definitely back on the other side of the fence, and that's what's going to help to move crypto. The people who are moving crypto now are the people who have been in it, who have maybe lost some money in it and trying to regain some profits in it. But I think any new eyeballs, any new investors are a lot more hesitant in pulling the trigger on crypto right now, even though it may be moving. It's not the general public, air quotes, that's moving crypto. I think it's the diamond hands, air quotes, that are holding crypto, that are still pushing crypto higher. So that's what I think. That's still a rumor. They have talks with like 4 other lithium miners too. Thank you, Chris, in regards to Tesla. All right, in regards to Tesla. We got 260. I need 40 more people in the room, folks. Let's make it happen. Because today, I'm going to show you, one, what industries are moving on a down day like to this, a day like today. And 2, I'm going to show you how to make some money today. So let's get those 300 people in the room. Even if we don't get 300 people, I'm still going to show you those things. But I want to get this word out to as many people as we can. All right. So Randy says, I'm just a trader. I got you. I liked and shared. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. All right. So let's go take a look at the market on a 1-month basis. All right. Coming off the high here on February 2nd, pulling down. The 3 and the 8 had gone positive. Looked like it was going to start to run a little bit. But look at that. And look at our MTI is just getting lower and lower and lower. Big down day today. The 3 and the 8 crossed on Friday because the market was closed on Monday. So we're getting more continuation of a downward move. We do have a level of support on the composite at 57.71. We're currently trading below it. If anybody's asking me, well, where is our next level of support on the composite? The next level of support is sitting at the value of 57.16, and then to a level of 56.22, and then to a level of 53.43. So that's where we stand. Hedra has graph. H-Bar is a great layer 1 company in crypto. I don't know if I have that stock, but I'll keep my eyes on it. H-Bar. Again, I am letting you guys know from an analytic perspective, be very careful with crypto. Mike Wilson of Morgan Stanley says we are dead meat. I'm never going to say that, Eric, because I think that there's always times to make money in the market, whether the market is good or whether the market is bad. And if the market is bad, you know something, we can make a lot of money in the market without even having to short stocks. There's a couple of other ways to make money in a downtrending market, all right? And one of those ways we're going to look at today. So, when we go down and we say that the market is just that bad, that we're dead meat, I think that everyone in this room has a great opportunity to continue to make money no matter what's going on in the market. Now, from a margin account, there you go, Gary. I'm with that contrast. We're going to talk about that today. But margin is needed if you're going to sell stock short. If you don't want to sell stock short, you don't want a margin account. Options is a good way to play the market to the downside, buying, put, selling, protective, selling calls on stocks that you own that you don't want to get rid of. That's a great way to hold during a downturn in the market, is to sell covered calls. And of course, the protective put, you can put on your whole portfolio. All right, let's go take a deeper look at the market, putting on a 6-month graph. All right, coming off of 6-month high, which actually was in February as well, but we're pulling off of that. And let's go put it on a 1-year graph. We're not at the 1-year high, which was back here in March of 2022, but a good level, solid level of resistance on the market at 58.70 on the composite. And now we're back below it. We've got a good level of support on the market sitting at 53.40. Then we have our extremes below that as well. And couple that with the MTI, we can definitely keep you on the right side of the market. Rick says bear call spreads for downsides via VV options paycheck course. Absolutely. And that course will pretty much get you about 36% a year trading options. John says the DEW has not turned down yet. Will be interesting to see in the next couple of days what happens with the DEW. I've seen the market go down and then start going back up again. That's another good thing of looking at. Let's go put on Mondays. Today's Tuesday though. On Mondays, I do a little bit more with market timing. And the DEW, which is a market timing call, I'm not going to get deep into it. But the reason why it's still up is because the DPO is slightly still in the positive. If the market continues to go down as hard as it's going down today, I wouldn't be surprised to see the DPO go negative today, John, and then thus giving us a DEW down. All right. The last DEW up call, great call, great opportunity to make money, but the DEW down hasn't happened yet because the DPO hasn't gone negative. But based upon today's action, if it may have an opportunity to go down. A lot of companies are going crypto. A lot of companies are moving away from crypto as well, Randy. So I bet you for every company that you can find me that is getting into crypto, I can find you a company that's probably getting out of crypto. All right. The dollar is going to get crushed with some type of digital asset rumors. And if that happens, that's going to be good for gold. All right, we'll see. A lot of these are all rumors, and I'll keep you on board. That's why you come here, folks. I'm going to keep you on board with what's going on so that you always are in the know. So from a market timing perspective, our slowest, most conservative call is down right now. And you now know that as of today, the primary wave has already been down, went back up, and now it's down today. So back and forth. That's going to be 2 calls today that will be to the downside. All right, there's 2 calls that will be to the downside. All right, let's go take a look at some news. Take the news with a grain of salt. Listen to Glenn. Listen, we still pay attention to the news, though. We're going to go out to the news. Let's talk about what news is moving the market. The economy the week ahead, household spending, home sales are in focus. And, that's a good barometer of the market. When people are not buying homes, that means that they ain't got the money to buy the homes, or because mortgage rates are too high. Neither way, when home sales are falling or home permits are falling, that is a negative connotation on the market. So keep your eyes on that. And as far as household spending, how much money are people spending? U.S. households lifting income. So now let's talk about spending. U.S. households lifting income after being stung by inflation last year. Wage gains. Now, we keep seeing of this about wage gains. I still think now we've had probably the biggest gains in wages in the short amount of time for over the last 20, 30 years, the biggest wage gains. But inflation is so much a problem that the wage gains are not keeping up with inflation. Folks, it's still a problem. And now we're still walking on the tightrope of what does the Fed do? And we have great conversations here at VectorVest within the educators in the education department. And we disagree on a lot of things. And I disagree that the Fed should be cutting back on the lifting or the raising of the interest rates. Just do it. And I wish, he's saying that he's going to get to a 5% terminal rate and that he's going to get inflation down to 2%. Down to 2%. That's an aggressive goal to go after. Okay? And that's fine. My thing is get to the terminal rate fast. We should have raised interest rates that 100 basis point at least once. He would have gotten to his terminal rate a lot faster. Now, the only side of that is he would have gotten to his terminal rate and then he would have said to himself, what do I do with interest rates? Do I still keep raising interest rates? And he's raising interest rates into a shrinking economy except for the job market. Except for the job market. Now, when we talk about job market, layoff spread, all right? Layoff spread, just crazy. Legacy, COVID's legacy of weirdness. That's going to be a new term that's going to be put out there. Layoff spread, but some employers can't hire fast enough. And then we come up with the number of 517,000 new people getting jobs and blah, 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 blah. I still think, and I've had this conversation with you. My wife is a respiratory therapist. She goes out to people's homes to give care, blah, blah. And she looks, and when I tell her, babe, we found 517,000 new jobs. My wife looks at me and says, where are these jobs coming from? Because a lot of the people that she deals with and a lot of the areas that she has to go into, she's not seeing it. And then I've got to explain that it's on a macro level. And then she's talking to me on a micro level. And that's very different. Those two levels are very different when you talk about a lot of the news that we see here on the internet. How many of you agree with that? There is a big disparity between what we are told and what we look around and what we see. If you agree with that, type of one. If you don't agree with that, type of two. And it's interesting that, we connect to what we see on the internet, and I report what I see on the internet, and then the reality behind it is where? How is, wages are going up. Where? I look at our kids, we've got 6 between us, and I look at their job situations and how much they make per hour, and I look back and go, wow. But they look at that and because it's, hey, that's what's being paid. Aren't jobs from leisure and restaurants low wage jobs? Yeah. Well, not in leisure, but in restaurants, yes, Michael. People in restaurants get paid below wage. They get paid below minimum wage. That's why it's, you got to be nice when you got a good server, you take care of them. All right, they get the majority of their money on tips, not on the hourly wage. I think, somebody back me up on that, I think they only get paid like $2.35 an hour to be a wait staff. That's like, really? Legally, how do you do that? And I don't know how to legally get around that, but legally, that's what they get out. Mike says in and out in Phoenix is at $18 posted on the door. Why? Why? Because that's the only way they're going to get workers. It's the only way they're going to get workers. I got $2.13 10 years ago as a waiter. I never worked as a waiter. So I know it's cheap, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys back me up on that. Kurt says California wage gains were forced upon the employer by the federal and state regulations, $15.50 minimum wage. My company's laying off 20% of working leaner. Gosh, I remember when the minimum wage was $5.25. When I was working, the minimum wage was like $5.25. And now you're looking at 1550. And you know, and a lot of people are out there saying, I'm being careful as I walk this rope right here. You know, if you're working in McDonald's or something like that, and you're saying you need $15 an hour, I'm of the mindset if you're working in McDonald's, hopefully, you strive to do more than working at McDonald's, and McDonald's is a stepping stone. So it doesn't require $15 an hour. It still requires a lower dollar amount to gain the skill set to move on to a higher paying job. All right, so that's the way I look at it. All right, and I'm not downplaying people saying, well, they need to live, they need to earn to live. I totally understand that. Corey says, sorry I was a little late. Why is the market dropping like a rock today? Walmart, Home Depot posted lower and guided lower. That's the main crux of it. And it needed to happen. All right, the market. I still think that the market was going through irrational exuberance. I've asked the question more than one time, what has changed to give the market more of a bullish feel? We still have a hawkish Fed, folks. Earnings are still coming in. I still think more companies are beating earnings than missing earnings, but big companies are out there missing or guiding lower. I let you guys know that was going to be a big point of the market's move for 2023. Layoffs are happening, and that's a good sign because laying off is going to aid in being able to keep the bottom line in the black. So, you know, you see companies laying off and the company price goes higher because it's looked at as a positive sign. So, in the interest rates are going to get higher. Whether the Fed raises 25 basis points, I'm seeing talk now that on the next hike in March, that it's going to be 50 basis points. It's going back up to 50 basis points. Nonetheless, folks, he's still raising interest rates, which is going to keep quelling the economy. All right, so, all right. Employees that receive tips are allowed to be paid a lot less than others. Last time I checked, the rate was $2.13 an hour. I'm not certain whether that has changed over the recent years. Thank you, Roger. Look at that. Kurt says, not in California. They get $15.50 plus tips. Whoo! I need to go be a wait staff in California. Holy smokes. And the labor participation is just over 60%. That's another thing. From a news perspective and looking at job, a lot of people have gotten out of the business of looking for work. All right. Now, talking about layoffs, let's talk about the ability to pay your bills. All right. More auto payments are late, exposing cracks in consumer credit. Not only that, people's credit cards debt is going up to all-time highs. So people are deferring the inevitable. All right. And that's what people are deferring the inevitable. They're either going to get their cars repossessed or they're going to be late on their credit card payments. This is just the tip of the iceberg. All right. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Have your kid become a plumber and become a millionaire. You know something? I'm all about, you know, whether it's a plumber or electrician or a mechanic, they can make a lot of money right now. They can, and that's without getting a 4-year degree. They can make a lot of money right now. All right, what else? Let's go off in regards to cars. Elon Musk touts the Cybertruck technology. Lots of excitement surround the EV maker's first ever pickup truck. My thing is, hurry up and get it out there. Get it out there. The order book is full. Tesla isn't even taking orders outside of North America anymore. The commercial success of the vehicle seems to be guaranteed, at least in the first months. I think the car looks ugly. I think that all right, how many of you agree with that? How many of you think that the Cybertruck looks ugly? Type of 1. If you really don't care, type of 2. If you really don't care, type of 2. I think it's an ugly vehicle. But it's an electric vehicle, and Tesla's the big boy. Tesla's the big boy. I'm a big fan of Tesla. All right, here. How many of you, when you go into the restaurant, How many of you, when you go into the restaurant, when your wait staff takes your order, they take it on a little mobile device? Type a yes if you've experienced that. Type a yes. Type a no if you haven't. All right, type a yes. It makes it easier, for them to take your order, and then you can pay right from that thing. I think it's either O'Charlie's or one of them. We can pay right from our table. We can pay right from our table. Well, the cool thing about this is that there's some stocks that as investors you can invest in, and there's a few of them in here. I put them into a list that we're going to take a look at. This could be a good way to make some money, all right, especially if it's becoming more and more rampant in the restaurants that you go through. I got a couple people that said 2, right? But they are there. I know we've gone through them. All right, how about this? So we understand that Twitter has got the verified check. You can pay for it. How about Facebook is doing the same thing? Meta unveils, how did that happen? Meta unveils a new paid subscription service. All right, so that's, if it's working for Twitter, I don't know if it's really working for Twitter or not yet. I don't know how many people are really willing to pay extra to get that verified link on their account. I'm not doing it. But Facebook is doing the same thing as well. All right, toast is toast. Restaurants closing. I like toast. I do like toast. Ours are still open. We got a few of them up here in North Carolina, locally. I like them. Ours are not closing. Chris says that's for Instagram, not Facebook. Is that what it is? Announced a new paid subscription on it says on its Facebook and Instagram platforms, Chris. It says on both. It does say on both. I thought I saw that, but I didn't know if you knew something that I didn't. But it says that it's on both of their platforms, Chris. $11.99 a month. How many of you are going to pay $11.99 a month? And if you're an iPhone user like me, $14.99. All right, $14.99. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. How many of y'all going to pay for it? Type of 1 in the room. How many of y'all going to pay for it? I'm not paying for it. Should you buy Amazon? Use the VectorVest system, Gian, to know if you should or not. That's why we do this. I'll take a look at it, though. To see. All right, and my last story is, as interest in AI surges, guess what? I got another ETF for you. I got another ETF. The one ETF that I've been talking to you about is AIEQ. We've got another ETF called ROBO as an ETF in the AI space. All right, businesses may pay for this subscription. I'm not paying for it. Crazy. Why? If your account is 10 years old, why bother? You're obviously real. I wouldn't disagree with that too. The handheld POS terminals are great. I use them in my concession business. Now, I have the ability as a DJ to be paid on Square. So I got a little device that you can swipe your card on to pay me as well. So I like the technology. Don't get it twisted. I do like the technology. All right, so those are all the stories that I got for you today. Let's get into the system and let's get to my viewers. Let's get to the stocks. Here's all of the major indices. Look at that. The Russell 2000 taking the biggest hit. People are getting out of the risky stocks today. All right, people are getting out of the risky stocks today. Big hit, down almost 2.5%. And the VIX, the volatility on the S&P 500 is nicely back above the level of 20. All right, up today 15%. That tells me there's a lot of fear in the market. There's a lot of fear in the market, and the market's feeling it. Definitely the market is feeling it. You look more round than square, Glenn. I'm gonna give you crickets. And actually, I'm not as round as I used to be. I'm squaring out. Yeah, you see that? See those guns? Yeah, I'm squaring out. I'm not as round as I used to be. What's going on with AI? Still think AI is a super hot space. Check out tonight's video. Tonight's video is coming out today at 6 p.m. I'm going to talk a little bit about another AI stock that's out there, Maria. All right, 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the video is going to talk about another AI stock. Dust is good today. Most likely, if the dollar's getting weaker, gold is going to start picking up. Gold is going to start picking up. So just keep that in mind. All right, My big news, all of the stocks that made the news, here they are. Where's my ETF? There it is, Robo. That is for the AI space. I want you to keep your eyes on that. And the reason why I want you to, whether it's this ETF or AIEQ, another ETF for AI, I still think that the space is hot. And if you don't want to hone in on a specific stock, I think that those two ETFs might be a good way to go. All right. Tesla's in here, Meta Robot. Oh, hydrogen. I wanted to talk about hydrogen. I didn't find a story on it. Excuse me. I didn't find a story on it, but it's picking up in the news. So I wanted to at least, there's an ETF for hydrogen, HYDR. Keep your eyes on it. There's Square and there's Toast. All right. So a lot of them are getting hurt today. If I'm looking at all of these stocks, which ones have the best fundamentals? Pfizer V. It's got relative value, relative safety above 1, and Tesla Motors, of course, relative value, relative safety above 1. Meta, it's a safe stock, just not good upside not good upside potential. And then the other stocks that were in the AI space, Square, be careful with that one as well. Not fundamentally sound and not even in an uptrend, but it was in that story. It was definitely in that story. AI fundamentally speculative. Well, let's do this. Let's go find a stock. What's the stock that let's go find ChatGPT. Well, that would be Microsoft. You know, actually, let's do it. Just do it this way. Let's go to the watch list viewer. Let's go to the overview watch list. AI stocks and ETFs. So we have a list in here, right? Let's go take a look at it. You say that AI is fundamentally speculative. And you know something, if I'm looking at all 50 stocks that are in this list, Maria, you're right. RV and RS are both below 1. But the space is on the rise. RT is above 1. The space has positive earnings as a whole. If I'm looking at all 50 stocks, the earnings per share is positive, and they are growing at a clip of 9%. If I'm looking at this space, looking at all 50 stocks in this watch list, there's a dividend safety, low. Even though they pay dividends, be careful with that. So let's go look at a different way. Let's go look at a graph. Let's go look at a graph of the 50 stocks. Put this on a 1 month graph. Is that on 1 month? That's 1 month. That's 3 months. Is that right? 3 months, 6 months. 1 year. Let's put it back on 3 months. Maria might be right. Maria might be right. But I will look at the 50 stocks as I look at the group. Coming up on a level of support as a group of $86.30, bouncing off of that. The 3/8 of cross. Let's go see if this space is still going to garner some upside. ChatGPT is the big stock in the AI space. As you see within the VectorVest system, we've got a watch list of 50 stocks, AI stocks and ETFs. And then we have AI hardware providers. I think there's only 6 stocks in here. But look at this. Look at that space. Let me auto fit this. Look at that space of the hardware providers, Maria, fundamentally sound. Relative value above 1, relative safety above 1, relative timing above 1. So there's a little difference between the stocks and the hardware providers. See, that was cool. That was Maria. That was cool that you put that in there. But to use the VectorVest system for the analysis brings some things to light. You agree, Maria? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. The providers are a little bit more sound than the stocks overall. All right. For the last month, EVs, cloud computing, and cybersecurity were the best, respectively, says Mark. So let's go talk about that. Let's go to the Unisearch. Let's go see what industries are moving. Let's go see what industries are moving. Delta searches industries. Let's go see what industries, even on a down day, see what industries are moving over the last 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks. Oh, we didn't get to this one. Let's go layout. Bring this up so that you can read it. Put this on 22. Click on OK. That doesn't look so pretty. There we go. And let's auto fit the columns. All right, let's go see what's working. Somebody said ships, and ships would be one of them. Ships would be one of them. Transportation ships, 12.94% 2 weeks ago, and over the last 2 weeks, up 15%. What else is moving? Retail drugstore, and this is huge. This is huge, and that's why we're going to talk about it today. ETF shorts. It was at a 9.52% delta or change in relative timing 2 weeks ago. And over the last 2 weeks, look at the jump. Look at the jump. All right, so talking about what industries are moving, retail drugstores, ETF shorts, the shipping, computer makers. Wow, look at this. Healthcare nursing homes, only 1% 10 days ago. Over the last 10 days, up to 15%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 industries that are making a move in the current market's conditions. If you're actually needing to find stocks that are going against the trend of the market, which I wouldn't suggest that you do, the VectorVest system is bringing to the forefront 5 industries for you. My wife said I was a good provider, but she wants a better one. I'm going to give them, that's funny. That's funny. All right, EMP explosion imminent. So EMP explosion? What experts, Eric? I'll take a look at it. EMP. What experts? What experts? And what do they know? ASRT. What do they know that we don't know? Eric. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. All right. That's all I got to say about that. All right. So a lot of the stocks that I wanted to talk about today, I think that I'm going to back away from a little bit because it's such a down day today. Midday market update. So we looked at the fastest industries. All right, what industries are moving, which I think is important. I do want to look at earnings this week. Home Depot and Walmart were already on my list. These are stocks earnings that were coming out for this week. So there's Home Depot, Walmart. They've already reported and they didn't do so well. But here's other companies for the rest of the week that have earnings. Somebody was talking about NVIDIA. There it is. NVIDIA's got earnings this week. TJ Maxx, Caesars, Intuit, Domino's. All right, so I've got the list of about 30 stocks in here, popular stocks that we all know about that have earnings this week. So, you know something? All of the things that I was going to talk about as far as speculative plays and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that that would be in tune to what's going on today. So let's do this. We're still in the watch list viewer. How do I want to do this? I'm going to go to the Unisearch tool. I'm going to go back to the Unisearch tool. And I want to, did I do this for YouTube? I think I did. Non-leveraged. I'm going to give you guys some non-leveraged contra ETFs to take a look at. I'm going to build a search for you. All right. Stocks filtered by watch list equal to ETFs, non-leveraged ETF, non-leveraged contra ETFs. So these are not the triple and the double contras. And stocks, price, volume, average volume, greater than 100,000 shares. Oops, 100, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to give you some of the best non-leveraged. So these are, singles to keep your eyes on. I'm going to put these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right click. I'm going to put these to a portfolio. Create a new quick folio. Actually, I could have done it this way. Why didn't I just say quick folio? Ta-da! And we're going to call this midday market update non-leverage. Non-leverage contras. All right. We're going to put $10,000. $10,000. No commission, purchase type long, stops. I'm going to put a stop. What kind of stop would you want on these contras? I'm going to take your input. What kind of stops do you want to put on these non-leverage contras? What kind of stops do you want to put on these non-leverage contras? Type them in the room. If you don't type nothing, I'm going to put my own. If you don't put nothing, I'm going to put my own. Going once, twice, 3 times a lady. 7% loss, 28.7, 5%, 10. I got nobody agreeing. Nobody, no. I'm gonna put on a 30-10. I'm gonna put on a 30-10. Are you all right with the 30-10? How about that? You're all right, yes or no? You're right with a 30% gain, 10% loss, yes or no? Type a yes or no in the room. I guess I'm just gonna cut through all of that. I'm gonna go with a 30-10. You guys okay with that? Yes or no? All right, yes or no? All right, we're good with that. Yes, all right. So I'm going to build that. We're going to keep our eyes on that and click on OK. Saving the portfolio. So we got 5 non-leverage contras in here. And let's go see what it looks like next week. Let's see what it looks like next week. So now let's go back to the unit search tool. And let's go to ETFs. And let's go to buying contra ETFs. We're going to set up another one. I'm not going to save that. We're going to set up another one. Run the search. These could be leveraged or non-leveraged. I'm going to take the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a quick folio. Quick folio. Midday market update. Leverage. Contras. I'm going to put leverage. Leverage contras. $10,000 portfolio. No commission. Buying these long. Edit. And for these, because they are leveraged, I'm going to probably put a different. I'm probably going to put a different stop. I'm going to put a trailing stop. I'm going to put a trailing 15. Fire Say Blazer says, I'm on permanent timeout until her account has 1 million. Help me, Glenn. Yeah. All right. Trailing stop. Okay. And next week, we're going to take a look at it. All right. So here's 5. These are leverage contras. All right. So we'll do that. I think that is more in tune with what's going on in the market today. Would you agree? Yes or no? Would you guys agree with that? All right. Would you guys agree with that? Fernando says, I saw a confirmed down on the mobile app. It won't be confirmed until the close of business today. It won't be confirmed until the close of business today. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that I had for you today, like I normally have. But I think that with today's market, the way that it is, because we've got the confirmed down, because we've got a primary wave down, because we've got possibly a DEW down, let's go see what these contras do going into next week. And let's see if we made the right choice. All right. Because if we go back to what we see right here, today's a down day, and the big thing is our slowest, most conservative timing signal as of now has a confirmed down call. So let's go take a look at how that plays out going into next week. Next week, we'll take a look at the portfolios, and we'll see how well or how not well we've done depending on what the market does, right? All right. Now, one last thing. I do want to do this. One last thing. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Sigh. There it is. There were a couple of stocks that you put up on there that you wanted to see. Do we have HBAR? HBAR? I guess, nope. We sure don't. We ain't got that. All right. Amazon, you wanted to see. EMP. All right. Comma. AMP. I ain't got EMP. You said that people say that it's going to explode. I don't track it. ASRT, comma, AMD. What other stocks you want to look at? I'm only going to look at about 10 stocks. So put them out there. Maybe a portfolio of top 5 from Vern's Vultures. Lee, do me a favor. You set that up on your end, and next week tell me what they did. All right, Lee? Set that up for me for next week and tell me what they did. I'm going to be depending on you. Unfortunately, currently holding CBT. We'll look at CBT. I need a few more stocks. Glenn, the DEW will probably have a signal down since it's crossing. Yeah, I think that it is going to cross down today, but the day is not over yet. Netflix want to track repercussions. What is that? TIMD, comma, DoorDash, comma, one more. Going once. I'm going to put in one. AAPL. All right, let's go see what we got. Let's go put these onto a 3-month graph. There's Amazon. Ooh, broke through it. Look at that. Not only did 3A cross here, not only did the 3A cross here on 2/8 of 2023, the stock just broke through a level of support as well. If you're holding Amazon, be careful with it. 2/8 was the date where the 3 and the 8 crossed. If you needed more confirmation, today the price went below a level of support. I don't know what else you need to know in regards to if you're still holding Amazon. ASRT is still kicking and scratching. I like the play. Very little wick at the top, and it is moving up like an airplane. Bottom left, top right over the last 3 months. I like the play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Let's go to the next stock. What else? AMD, man, pulling off the high. The 3&8 didn't fail here, but it did fail here a couple of days ago. And today broke through a level of support. Right now may not still be the time for you to hold on to AMD. Be careful if you are holding it, all right? A little bit of indecision going on today, but look at a lot of wick at the top of the candle, a lot of selling pressure. Be careful with AMD if you still own it. EMPH, good googly boogly, it's just going down. It has found a level of support. All right, it has found a level of support, a little indecision going on today, but first things I'm looking for if I'm thinking about getting back into or getting into M phase is looking for the 3 to go above the 8 and then break above this level of resistance. Be careful if you own it. CBT, wow. The 3 and the 8 haven't crossed negative, but I do see the big pull off today right at a level of support of 77.81. Shooting star pattern right here would follow through. So candlesticks are letting me know. But as the stock was rocking and rolling, the volume was there. All right, let me move this over a little bit. The volume was there. It was doing so on good volume. Today's just a down day, and it's got a lot of selling pressure. Glenn, I have no visible means of support. Fireblazer, you talk a lot. I love that, though. Wish I could stay with you guys today. Got to go back. Have a good day, Kurt. Have a good day, my friend. Thank you for being here. Wow, NVIDIA, the same thing. The 3 and the 8 just crossed today. It is at a level of support of 207.20. If you're still holding it right now, if it closes below that, that's probably your confirmation of getting out of NVIDIA. TRMD, nice move up over the last 3 months. A little bit of a shooting star pattern right here. Could be a possibility. And a graveyard doji, gravestone doji. Could be a possibility of a pullback right here. But the 3 and the 8 are still positive, and it is above that level of support. Right now, well, current level of support. It might test that level of support. I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that, especially if the market's starting to go down. I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that off the table. All right, especially if it closes down tomorrow. Next one is DoorDash. Man, was this an earnings play? It was an earnings play a couple of days ago. Big down day after earnings. The 3 and the 8 are crossing today as it's coming through a level of support. Be careful with this. If you own it, don't be afraid to take some of that off the table. And the last stock in here is Apple. I put that in because I'm me. Earnings went up. The 3 and the 8 are crossing today and crossing through a level of support. Folks, don't be afraid when you look at these graphs, especially if you've made some money, to take some of that off the table. I take some of that off the table. So those were some of the stocks that you wanted me to look at. And I did do so. All right, so we talked a lot today. I did tailor today's session around what's going on in the market. We're going to take a look at those portfolios next week. You're welcome, Maria. We're going to take a look at those portfolios next week to see if we made the right decision. Because again, anything can happen between now and next week. All right. So thank you guys for being here today. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for your input as well. So this is what we do. We'll have another live stream tomorrow, which will be afternoon market action. That will be at 2 o'clock. And then Thursday, we'll have our third stream in a row, which will be Trending Thursday, also at 2 p.m. With that, folks, you guys are amazing. Thank you for, again, supporting the channel. If you're brand new to the channel and haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit the like button. We've got 81 likes. Let's see if we can get 100 likes before we leave. The likes just let me know that it was worth it for you to stop by today and spend some time. And Gary says the VV store. Go to our VV store. We're offering 15% on merchandise on the VectorVest store. But if you want to get 20% off, use promo code GLENN23. GLENN 23 will give you another 5% off the merchandise store. All right. If Joey can real quick, if he can get the link to the store, he'll put it in. If not, just go to our VectorVest main website, www.vectorvest.com. I do believe that you can find the store easily from there. And again, if Joey can put that up, it'd be great. If not, go to our website. And again, use the promo code GLENN23 to get 20% off. No, Joey 23 doesn't work. Joey doesn't work. All right. So with that, folks, let me sign off. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Joey put the link in there for the VectorVest store. Don't forget to use Glenn23 for 20% off. With that, folks, see ya.